In 4.0 preview, which is basically the live version of Star Citizen at the moment, ship components are completely broken. If you harvest an NPC's components and equip it to your ship, you basically just get an empty box, so the component wouldn't equip. But right now, I'm on the PTU. I'm going to test if they fixed this. Hopefully they did. I'm going to take a couple of missions, harvest the components of NPC ships, and then we'll take a look if we can equip them, and we'll probably just sell them to see how much we can make as well, since they did nerf the selling of components as well. So let's find out. Then we jump into a couple of missions and let's see. For our bounty hunting mission to harvest the components from ships, I'm just going to do an HRT here. Hopefully we find something good, something that we can equip and sell. Let's go see what we can get. It is around Yayla in the asteroid belt. We have arrived at our destination here. Let me just scan to see what we can get here. So we've got a Valkyrie. And we've also got the Vanguard. Very good, actually. A couple of other things there as well. An arrow. So our target is the Valkyrie. But the Vanguard has the components. So I kind of want to soft F the Vanguard last, I believe. Let's deal with the Valkyrie first here. The Valkyrie does have quite a bit of turrets. So it's not the easiest thing to fight these days, especially after server messing. Plus we've got a lot of things on our tail as well, so we will have to be careful here. We might have to run here and there. Okay, we've got the Valkyrie at least. Now we can deal with the other one here. And I want to take out the little ones first, since I'm gonna harvest the Vanguard. So I think I'm gonna take the arrow out first here. Here we got the arrow. We'll take out the origin ship first before we take out the Vanguard. I want to loot in peace, right? Don't want too much trouble. There we go. We've got the origin ship. Now it's just the Vanguard. We need to be very careful. It is the Sentinel, I believe, so they have decent components. I think they actually have components, military components, that you can only get in contested zones, so it's very good for us. Just slowly but surely knock it down here a bit. I'm just lightly peppering it. I don't want to completely hard F it. There we go. We've got our Vanguard. Some nice weapons and components should be in it. So let's see if we can salvage it. The sparking should be good enough. I'm going to open up all my doors. And then we'll salvage all of the guns as well as the components. Never turn off your engines when you're in space. Otherwise your ship might drift away if it gets bumped. Just leave it on. The first thing here that I'm going to take is the turret weapons. Just because I think I can equip it to my Cutlass Black here. Or at least the turret. Even though this is, I think, distortion weapons. Yeah, sucker punches. I'm going to take these first. Just going to attach it to the cargo grid there. Let's get the other one. Here is the other one. Also on the turret right. Just unequip. I think in the future, if they could make these like a rarity, right? Since we're going to have quality components, maybe we can find like a pristine or legendary quality component like this. It would be super nice. Just like very rare, like 0 point something percentage. Where if you farm NPC ships, you want to scan their components just to know what quality they are. This would make this gameplay loop a little bit more interesting, right? But who knows where they go with it. Also on the nose, I can't use the smaller ones here, but I can definitely take the attrition. It's a attrition 5. This attrition 5 will be a little bit difficult to equip since it's just so big. But I'll take it. Maybe I've got a bigger ship somewhere that I can use it on. You're not quite sure where to put this thing. It's bugging out quite a bit. So I'll just leave it here for now. We'll see if this disappears when I quantum travel, probably. But the main thing that we're here for is for the components. So let's go see what's inside. The quantum drive should be at the back here. You can see it's pretty big. Plus it's, I think it's a stealth quantum drive because it's red. I have no idea. We also got the jump drive on top of it. A pretty decent find. It's a Nova. Just gonna attach it to the grid there and leave it safely. At least we've got one component that we can test out, right? Let's see the other components. Here is the power plant. Should be on our right. Let's see if it opens. It's missing though. The power plant is completely missing, I believe. Let's see. So it does say power plant right there, but it's completely missing. But we do get the shields. Let's take a look on the other side. The open, also shields, and then the power plant. So it only has one power plant at the moment. Let's see if we can even get this out of the ship. So it's a Gamma Max. Well, I think it just went through the ship. So I'm just gonna go look outside where it might be before we lose it completely. There we go. I can see it in space here. Nice. I think definitely go outside when the component goes missing, since it might be traveling to the abyss. So just capture it. But we've got a nice one here. This is a size 2 power plant, so it might be able to equip to the cutlass here. So definitely going to be testing this one out. Just gonna snap it to the quantum drive there, since they can stack nicely. Let's see if we can get the shields out. They do seem to phase through the ship at least. Here is the shields. Let's see if we can get it out. It's a little bit difficult. Also went through the ship here. I'm just gonna leave it there and make sure I can get it. I managed to find the shield just above the Vanguard here. Nice little find. We should be able to equip this one as well. So then we can put it on the cargo grid. There we go. All snap. Now for the other one. Here is the other shield. I'm pretty sure it's also gonna phase through the ship. A little bit of a problem. Oh, this one actually came out nicely. I think we can get it through the door. Just maneuver it slowly but surely. This one came out pretty decently. I'm gonna attach it to the cargo grid as well. It's really nice that we can attach the components to the cargo grid at the moment. We weren't able to in the past, so it's super nice at the moment. Now I think only coolers are left. Let me see if I can find them. So here is the coolers just in front of the cockpit here. Let me see if I can get them out, or maybe they go through the ship as well. So it's a heatsink cooler. There we go. I pulled it out, and I can also snap it to the grid here. So many components in one area. I'm gonna go get the other one as well. Here is the other one. Hopefully we can get this one as well, which will mean we basically got all the components from this Vanguard. We can definitely see how much one Vanguard can make us if I manage to get this to my ship as well. Maybe I take the small weapons as well, just to make sure that I can sell everything. I can even snap the last cooler on top of everything here, which is crazy. The only thing that worries me a little bit is that attrition, but I'm gonna get the smaller weapons so we can see how much to sell for. I don't know if I can even take the smaller weapons here. I'm trying, but it seems a little bit finicky. I'm holding in my tractor beam. I can definitely take the puck mount, the gimbal mount, right? But I cannot take these, unfortunately, at the moment. Let me know if you know if you can take them. But we'll just move on to Grim Hex to go sell everything here. Let me just see if I can even get into my ship. I use the side door here to get in. Hopefully this thing stays and doesn't disappear on us. I'm gonna close my cargo area here. These components used to disappear as you quantum travel, but they did fix it. Hopefully it stays fixed on the PTU here, but let's see. I managed to make it back to Grimax here. Hopefully the components are still in my cargo area. Let's go land and see if we can put this on the grid and equip the components. All landed. Now we can turn off our engines and open up everything. Let's see if the components persisted. So everything is still here. This is a very good sign. Just need to get that big gun out. Probably do it last. Let's see if we can pick up the components here. So here is the cooler, the heatsink, and then here is the last of the components, the last shield, right? We can just snap those. I'll probably send these down first, and then we can throw all the guns onto the cargo elevator as well. So all snapped. Let's send it down. Let's see if they go into inventory here. Sometimes they don't when they're bugged or badly damaged. So they do persist here. Super nice. We'll see if we can customize our ship in a minute. I just need to get the weapons as well. Let's try to get this big one first because it's quite hefty. These attritions actually goes for a lot of money. So if you need to buy these, they're super expensive. So just make sure if you see some of these, maybe salvage them if we can equip components now. Otherwise, it's probably not worth it. We'll find out in a minute. And here is our sucker punches. Let me throw them on the elevator as well. And there we go. Here's the last sucker punch. Now we can send it down. I also need to send my ship down so that we can customize our ship. But first, let's send these down. Lucky for us, they also move to inventory, which is very good. Let's store our cutlass here. Okay. Store. Now we're all good. Let's see if we can customize. To customize our ship, I'm just going to hit F1. Go to vehicles. Choose my cutlass black here. Go to systems. We're first going to try out customize the cooler here. So the heatsink is a stealth cooler, I believe. A stealth C. So the icebox is still better. I have a better one equipped. But let's see if it will equip. It's save. And it still stays empty even though I equipped it. But it does say used for some reason. Let me exit and open up my mobiGlas again. Say vehicles, cutlass black, systems, and there we go. It didn't equip, it's back to normal. Let's try the power plant. So the Gamma Max is actually the better power plant than the one I have equipped, which is super decent. You can only get this one from contested zones. But at the moment, I guess it won't save right. It only stays empty like this for some reason. Very unfortunate. So I guess most of the components, even the Nova, won't equip like this. And probably the shields as well. Let me equip the shield. Save. Also stays empty. Let's try the weapons because I did find sucker punches. So here is the sucker punches, right? It's a size 2, but I have a puck on so I can downgrade. I'm going to save. Also doesn't save unfortunately, so I guess most of them won't save, but we can still take a look if we can sell these. Let me just re-equip my ship here so I don't accidentally sell my valuable components. I am going to open up a issue council report for this so that we can try and get this fixed, but who knows if they will fix it. We'll definitely have to wait and see, but I will link it in the description as well, the issue council report, so just take a look there. If you have evidence, you can just add to it, right? Might be super helpful. Let's go to Dumpers Depot here. Just a little arrow. Let's head inside and see how much we can make with one ship here. It seems like this guy's a little bit busy. See, is there a second terminal? Yeah, at the bottom here is a second terminal. Let's go use here. Let's say sell. And we definitely can see all the components. Let me just choose systems here. Here's all the components, so we do not get a lot for it, unfortunately, since they did nerf it, but we'll see how much we can make. So for the shields, we get 1,300, and we've got 2 of those. For the coolers, we only get 570. We also have 2 of these. For this stealth power plant, the Gamma Max, we only get 1,900, even though you can only find this one in contested zones, I believe, which is a shame, right? Not really valuable in-game for selling, but valuable to players. But I'm going to sell it anyway. And then lastly, we get our quantum drive here, but we also get the jump drive attached to it. So that's about 1,700. We also have the weapons available for us to sell, right? Look at this, attrition 5, 820. There's no way. This thing costs like a lot of money in game, probably 820,000, probably more like that. But we're going to sell this anyway, which is kind of a joke, right? And then we've got 2 sucker punches as well. 200 each, basically. So in total, we made about 8,700, which is not a lot, even though those components are super expensive in-game to buy. I really hope they buff this someday once they figure out the insurance fraud thing, since they did nerf it because people were duping their components and selling them. But hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and a big thank you to John M for becoming the newest YouTube member. If you enjoy this content, then then consider becoming one as well. It really does help out the channel quite a bit. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.